think at that time, there were hardly 5 or 6 lady lawyers in the whole of Delhi, from district court to Supreme Court. The senior, not senior, the older generation lawyers used to say, these girls have come to do husband hunting. There was a lot of encouragement by the judges, district judges.
Oh, this is a lady lawyer, so let's not get married to her. So people are like, there's a stigma, they're scared. I don't know, what do you think this is?
Apply equally to the men lawyers also. Now you will find High Court dominated by lady lawyers. Our intelligence was not recognized.
So gender over merit.
Gender has a role in certain matters. Naturally, when you want to give a death sentence, you have to think 100 times. So man appeared and he said, my daughter has been in the custody. She is in the brothel house. I said, are you not ashamed? So this committee was formed. We recovered 300 girls.
Oh my God, Nirbhaya Gang Rape. Is there anything that you would like to reflect on from that?
In Nirbhaya's case, death sentence was maintained because of the hype created by the media. Otherwise,
Death penalty is something which should definitely stay in India. Yes.
once you enter the profession, you have to keep in mind two things. That you should be sincere to your brief and your integrity should be recognized by all.
I'm so glad today to be in the company of a very prominent person in the legal system, Justice Usha Mehra, a former judge of the Delhi High Court. She doesn't really need an introduction, so I will pass on the mic straight to her about some aspects of her journey in the legal field, and of course, insights into some of her judgments, some of her work, a great body of work behind her, of course in front of her as well. So let's dive straight in. Hello ma'am, it's great to have you. Very well ma'am, how are you doing? I just want to go straight to certain questions about your journey in the legal space, and what did you think of when you thought of entering the legal fraternity, legal profession when you were young back in the day? And was there any stigma attached to whether you should be entering the legal profession or not back in the day?
So when I thought of becoming a lawyer, I think at that time there were hardly 5 or 6 lady lawyers in the whole of Delhi, from district court to Supreme Court.
This is what year would you say?
It's 63.
So that's not very long ago also. But no, when you count on your fingers, yes, it's long ago. But actually when you see, it's just about 5-6 decades ago. And just 6 lawyers you're saying you...
6 maximum who were actually practicing. In the Supreme Court, there were 2 lady lawyers practicing, Kapila Higorani and Urmila Kapoor. District Court, we were 2-3 lady lawyers, Chandramani Chopra, myself, and one more person. In the High Court, none. This was the position at that time. And the senior, not senior, the older generation lawyer used to say, these girls have come to do husband hunting. They are not serious in the profession. There is no need to give them any brief. And in the front of judges also, they used to make very obscene remarks about the girls. We withstood it, but I must praise the young lawyers. They were quite friendly. With the result, we could stay in the profession for a longer period. Had it been the older generation people, we wouldn't have been there. So that was the condition when I joined the profession. But there was a lot of encouragement by the judges, district judges, because they found that you are working hard, you are sincere to your brief, you are not indulging in unnecessary talks. So they were helping. With the result, I could establish in the profession.
Right, even today for that matter, ma'am, if you see, a lot of people hear this all the time. Oh, this is a lady lawyer, so let's not get married to her, or let's not let her enter the family. things like, on a general basis also, people say, oh, it's a lawyer, let's not give them the house on rent. So people are like, there's a stigma, they're scared. I don't know. What do you think this is?
Apply equally to the men lawyer also.
Yes, yes, it does. It does.
But so far as lady lawyers are concerned, I remember a young girl talking to me the other day. She said, a client rang up from, a lawyer rang up from Chandigarh that I am sending you this brief. Is a criminal matter. Will you be able to do it? She said, yes, I will appear in the Supreme Court. I am doing already work in the Supreme Court. So he said, I'll put the phone to the person who is to come to you. He said, she's a lady. I'll not engage her. So even now, in Delhi there is a little change, but outside Delhi, people still don't want the lady lawyer to be engaged. They have got some hesitation in engaging the lady lawyer because they think after getting married they will not be available and I will be losing the money.
Yes.
So some perception against the woman is still going on.
Maybe it's more to do with the fact that they won't be as productive as the men because they have certain responsibilities or roles that are not shared properly at the home, even now across the world. I think maybe that's the case.
Because there is a bias against women. And I think it was so in the bar. That's what we found, that in the bar there was a, but at that time it was rightly so because we were very handful of lady lawyers. So these old generation people were thinking that they will never stick in the profession for a long period.
Correct.
Now it is changed. Now you will find High Court dominated by lady lawyers. In District Court there are a number of lady lawyers, and in the High Court also there are a lot of lady judges in Delhi High Court. Maybe 10, maybe 12. In our time we were 2. Leela Seth, thereafter Shuganda and myself. That's all. So
Yes.
with the passage of time, things have changed. But the reservation against women is still persisting.
So you are saying that you did, in some manner, when you were practicing and when you were in the judiciary, you did face some gender bias or some overt or maybe implicit or explicit kind of gender bias during your journey also. Would you like to reflect on that?
Yes, please. The bias is there. Even now, I will not say that in spite of so many girls coming to the profession, bias has gone. Bias was there, bias is still there. But the degree of bias has changed. What it used to be is not there. Because in our time, the remarks were passed openly against us, but not now. Now the girls and boys are mingling. They are rubbing shoulder with each other. In our time, we were not given brief because they thought she's a woman. She won't be able to conduct the case. Our intelligence was not recognized.
So gender over merit was actually on the face of it. But even now, I think it's there. But yes, you're right, ma'am. Maybe it could have gone down a little bit, or the degree of it.
It has now. They have started recognizing the woman.
Yes.
And Supreme Court today, additional Solicitor General are ladies, and they are doing very well. And the judges have started giving recognition. In our time, the judges were not giving the recognition, but to talk of the lawyers.
Yes.
Because they thought we have come here to just pass time. Or maybe we are searching for a good boy to get married.
So marriage was the, whole and sole purpose. It still continues to be actually when we converse outside of our workspaces. I mean, it still has a major part to play in everybody's lives. And I think that bias, ma'am, from a social perspective continues.
Even now, the parents of the girls, though they are permitting the girls to do practice, but they always have in mind that she should marry a lawyer only. Because she will be comfortable Otherwise, what happens? A woman who is in really deep in the profession, she has to spend a lot of time, and at times 10 o'clock night, 11 o'clock, because some brief has to be prepared today itself to be presented tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, if you are married to any other person, say businessman, or for that matter, a serviceman, they will not like it, or they will not expect that she should come late at night from the office.
Difficult in any other.
Because if you are sincere in your profession and you want to rise, then you have to work hard. And the clients start coming in the evening only.
Yeah.
And you have to prepare the brief at night. So this is not appreciated in the in-laws house. Unless the husband is also a lawyer, so they are coming together, they are going together, then there is no objection.
Do you think that when it comes to judicial decision making, gender has any role to play in terms of the quality of judgments, or in terms of how judicial decisions are made? Or do you think if there is a particular judgment which is related to women's issues and it is being decided only by an all male bench, the quality of it or the consequence of it has any repercussions if there are less women or no women on the bench?
Naturally, there's bound to be. It's a mix. Society is a mixture of both men and women, and when there is only men, you lack something, because woman gives it that perception which a man cannot understand.
Right.
So her presence has to be there. It makes a lot of a difference. If a lady is sitting with a gent as a bench, say is a bench of one woman and a man, then her perception of a case makes a lot of difference.
Right.
Say it's a matrimonial matter, it's a custody matter. So she knows what problem the woman must have gone through, which a man will not understand. So that makes a lot. In certain cases, not in all the cases, but in certain cases, she has a contribution in decision making.
When you're having a judicial decision being put out, say for example the Sabarimala judgment, in that case the woman judge on the bench, Justice Malhotra, dissented and ruled against the entry of women in the temple, citing that it is constitutionally valid to have these religious rights applicable to a certain temple. But the other men on the bench, they agreed. So that the fact that the women should be allowed in the temple. So when we're looking at perceptions, are we looking at them only from the sole lens of gender in gender issues? What do you think lies in such a scenario?
No, it's not that in gender matter only the ladies' contribution is there. There are a number of cases. In Supreme Court recently, in a very important case, the judge has dissented with the man, and she said the contract which has been given is absolutely wrong, because it goes against the interest of the nation. It's not that only that in gender cases ladies' contribution. Now the ladies are coming up, and they are quite intelligent, and they can compete men in any field. But contribution is a contribution.
Right. So perception could be anything, but yes, gender does have a role to a great degree, is what you're saying.
In certain matters.
In certain matters.
Gender has a role in certain matters. But so far as other matters are concerned, I don't think there is any difference between a lady or a man.
Yeah, in this case, it was the constitutionality of an issue. Yes, there was a gender aspect to it, but there was also a constitutional aspect to it. So there, I think you are saying that maybe the gender does not have a role to play.
The gender will not play any role when you are interpreting a provision of law, or when you are implementing the provision of law.
Right.
Then you are doing it. Otherwise also, some of the ladies, and we have been, believe in the principle of natural justice.
Yes.
But then certain men are also delivering judgment on the principle of natural justice.
Absolutely.
We interpret the provision of law keeping in mind the principle of natural justice.
Yes.
So there's no difference much when you are interpreting the law or when you are applying the constitutionality of a particular provision.
Right. Now it seems a little more clarified for me also, because I have pondered on this a lot. And yes, maybe when we can differentiate between constitutionality of issues and we can differentiate between other aspects like say matrimonial disputes or custody issues. So yeah, that's where the perception would matter.
Some of the women, they don't care
Yeah.
whether it is a matrimonial matter or not. Some do. So again, it's a bent of mind, individual bent of mind.
Agreed. It's more to do with the bent of mind, I think. Yes.
I left to myself, I can say that women are very hard in deciding matrimonial matter in favor of women.
They're hard, as in they often decide against.
They will not give any preference. Right? I don't know why. But men are more kind towards women in matrimonial matters.
That's very good to hear. That's very good to hear. So, going back, ma'am, to your judicial career, is there any particular judgment that really sat with you and lasted, led to an impact in you?
No, there are judgments, what impacts you, which goes right in your heart.
Right.
Every judgment which we delivered impact us one way or the other. If you are deciding a murder matter, naturally when you want to give a death sentence, you have to think 100 times before delivering the judgment.
Yes.
Say in parliament attack case, while giving death sentence, we had to think, I think, 100 times. And the person we were acquitting, finding no case against him, that is Professor Geelani. Even then we had to think, are we doing the right thing? Is there evidence sufficient to acquit him? Or is there no evidence? So we have, that doesn't last long. Done.
Yes.
But for example, I was an additional district judge. A husband moved an application saying that I want custody of my child. So normal course is you issue notice to the wife. So I also issued notice. The lady appeared with an 8-month-old son. So she put the child on the table and she says, give it to him, and walked out. The man said, I won't take the child. I said, you asked for the custody. The lawyer said in order to put pressure so that she give divorce, this application was filed. So I said, nothing doing. Court cannot have the child. She has walked out. You accept the child now. So he took the child, but next day the lawyer said that he has left it in the orphan, the child.
Unbelievable.
It affected my mind for a very long time because I thought, why did I issue notice? But the law permits. I have been suggesting everywhere that some provision should be made in such cases where when the custody is given, welfare of the child should be kept still in mind. By mere giving custody is not enough. Absolutely. Thereafter also the court should have some provision to see that the child is in the right hand.
Yes. And often, of course, this is not as per what you spoke about, the father having a case against the woman because he wanted to divorce her and then going through the custody route. But there are often many cases where men will also want custody and the women are favored as mothers for custody as against the fathers. And even if the woman is not the right person to take care of the child, there may be a case where she's a drug addict or she may be violent or things like that. So how do we really change this perception? Who is the right person?
This is what I'm saying. There is no such provision where precautions can be taken before handing over the child to either the mother or the father, or thereafter also.
Yes.
We can at best ask the party to go on a pairing for a month or 2 months, but we can't have it all times.
Yes.
A supervision cannot be had for all times to come.
Correct.
So there is no provision by which this can be seen. We see the welfare of the child till the custody is handed over.
Yes.
But thereafter, how is he going to treat the child, or how is she going to treat the child? Nobody knows.
That's definitely a loophole. Do you think something like that could be implemented in a country like India?
I don't know. Something has to be done. Whichever provision they make, they should also provide something in the uh, act itself. Because when we give the children for custody, for adoption, there is a provision that those people are appointed, that they will go on visiting whether the adopted child has been kept properly or not.
Yes.
So there are guidelines laid down by the Supreme Court. And if they find that an adopted child is not being treated well, they report it accordingly, and action is taken. Why can't such a thing be done here?
Correct. Definitely something worth reflecting on for
Second
sure.
case which I till date remember is GB Road. Must have heard the name of GB Road. So I was on a bail matter. So man appeared and he said, my daughter has been in the custody. I want bail for her. I said, what do you mean, bail for her? Oh, she is in the brothel house. Now I want the custody. I said, then are you not ashamed? He says, we are from Rajasthan, Belia community. Our first daughter has to be a prostitute. And it is still going on. This custom is still going on in Rajasthan. I said, all right. But how come she landed up in GB Road? He says there are so many girls, 8, 10, 12, all sort of girls are there. So Justice Mukta Gupta was then public prosecutor in my court. So I said, Mukta ji, ask your commissioner police to come. So I said the GB Road police people are in crimes with these brothel ladies. They are allowing them to have these kids, chain them and provide good police officer there. And I want a committee to be formed.
Right.
So one NGO, Mrs. Datta was there, Mukta ji was there, and two police officers, DCP and ACP. So this committee was formed to raid these GB Road brothel houses. And they went, didn't find anything. But then Mukta was saying that while looking at the walls, we said there is a difference between this wall and that wall. They knocked and found out inside the wall there is a hole in which 300 girls were dumped between the age of 8 to 18.
Oh my God.
So we recovered 300 girls, and then we find a doctor has issued certificate, birth certificate, showing the age of every one of them to be 19, 20, 21.
So the minors were misrepresented as adults and they were being hidden.
As a prostitute.
And of course for prostitution. Unfortunately, and ma'am, that still continues around that area.
I was holding this brief till I retired from the High Court. This brief was I kept it with me, and we used to manage that how the girls are going, whether they are there, young girls are, and in that case we rehabilitated those girls, many of them. Sent back to their parents. Some were from Nepal, some from Hyderabad, some from Jharkhand, all these places. So Mrs. Datta NGO took these 8, 9 girls to Nepal back, And then we called the chief secretaries of 3-4 states, and they agreed to take the girls back and try to rehabilitate with their parents or give them some job, some.
Vocational trainings.
So, Hyderabad Chief Justice, Andhra Chief Justice, Chief Secretary was very nice. He accommodated 4 girls in Tripudi, giving them a stall to sell the prasad. So they were settled. Muktaji was kind enough to get married 2 girls in Tihar jail. So we were very happy at least, and doctor was prosecuted, of course, for issuing false fabricated medical certificates.
That you headed after the Nirbhaya Gang Rape. Is there anything that you would like to reflect on from that? Because that is extremely important from the point of view of safety of women and everything.
You know, in Nirbhaya's case, we said first time I recommended that there should be protection of witnesses. Witness protection was not there.
Right.
On our recommendation, the government has now brought out witness protection law. And in Nirbhaya's case, I must give compliment to the DCP, Chaya Sharma. That's what I'm saying, ki ladies can do wonder, which a man cannot do it.
I agree.
She did a wonderful job. So, the ladies are progressing. They are doing very. Kiran Bedi, Chaya Sharma, they are the icon of police.
Yes, true.
Another thing which I recommended was one-stop
Yes, one-stop centers.
center.
Yes.
That was recommended by me for the first time.
The Sakhi centers, so as to speak.
One-stop center, I had mentioned that because when the swab is taken, a raped woman, the nurse doesn't know what to do with it. So trained nurse, trained doctor should be available in that section which is separate from the hospital.
Okay.
The moment lady is raped, instead of going to the police station, she should come directly to the one-stop center where the police of the rank of a inspector or deputy inspector, whatever it is, higher rank, not constable, should be sitting there.
Right.
Record the FIR, and forensic science report should also be available in that center. The moment these 3 things are done, FIR is registered, forensic report is available, swab is properly taken, and confirm that rape has been done, the prosecution start. Now what happens? The lady goes to police station that I was raped. They make a fun of her. And if she has some influence or the people are supporting her, then they will take it to the hospital. In the presence of so many patients. She's been dragged, and then she's been asked to wait till some doctor or nurse comes. Then the swab will be taken, then they will declare whether she's raped or not raped. By the time whole thing is over.
Right.
And FIR is lodged after about 4 months, 3 months. Prosecution starts after a year. Then the whole thing is lost. So one-stop center, the meaning was that it should be finished within 15 days' time.
At least the basic aspects of making sure the till the FIR is finished. Yes.
Because forensic science report never comes.
That's why I also want to reflect on the death penalty aspect. So, like you spoke about Professor Geelani's case, and you said that writing a death penalty is something that is traumatic, even if it is somebody like that, who may have evidence against him or may have done something or accused of being doing something. You also said that in my understanding, that death penalty is something which should definitely stay in India. It should not be abolished. So, is there any insight that you could give about why it should stay first, death penalty? in a country like India? And secondly, when it came to deciding against death penalty in the Parliament attack case, what was it that was going on in your mind at the time? Of course, there is a judgment, but personally, would you like to give some insight into it?
So, there are two things mixed. One, there was sufficient evidence against these people.
Yes.
There was very doubtful evidence against Professor Geelani.
Mm-hmm.
So, when we started dictating the judgment, we had legal acumen in mind. We
Yes.
were to apply legally. But that at the same time, national interest was also involved.
Yes, and there was media pressure, I'm sure, at the time.
Not media pressure, but then these people had attacked the parliament. Fortunately, the bomb didn't go properly. Otherwise, all the MPs would have been finished.
Yes, yes.
So you have a national interest also in mind. Though we were doing legal work first, but at the same time, you had a national interest in mind. You never wanted to give life imprisonment. You wanted them to be given death sentence.
Yes.
Why should they go scot-free? Because if you give life imprisonment after a certain period, say some remission, that remission, life sentence becomes 14 years only. So what is the use?
Yes.
After so many remissions, every year they are getting remissions. So what do they get? 14 years?
Yes.
So such a person who has tried to destroy the sovereignty of India doesn't deserve any leniency. So that's the reason we said he should be death sentence. And I still believe death sentence is a must. America, they give 750 years, 300 years death sentence, 500 years, nobody lives 500 years, but they give it that much. We give life imprisonment, and after 14 years, everything is over because of the remission. Now, some of the judges are staying 20 years. I'm sorry to say, Supreme Court has been changing case to case. 8 murder with after rape, 8 murder of the lady's family killed, and Supreme Court has said life imprisonment from death.
This is what case? Is it recent?
Is that recent?
It is a recent case. Yes, very difficult to read judgments sometimes come out. And they say that there was a recent judgment in which the court said that raping a daughter, 10-year-old daughter, will not fall under a rarest of rare case. This is a high court judgment, of course. And so the rarest of rare interpretation, it keeps meddling, it keeps changing, and it gets very difficult to ascertain what would be highly brutal, highly rare, even for people like us who are in the media space. And
that's what I'm saying. Death sentence by the district judge, death sentence by the High Court. Supreme Court said no, evidence is not appreciated properly.
Yes,
I don't know what stage evidence is to be appreciated. Trial court, High Court, Supreme Court is not to appreciate the evidence at that stage.
Absolutely.
But they do. With the result, I think they have got a bent of mind, no death sentences to be given.
Yes.
In Nirbhaya's case, death sentence was maintained because of the hype created by the media. Otherwise, they would have said,
Let him go, let them go.
like the juvenile,
Yes.
who was less than 18 years,
Yes.
actual crime committed by him. He is the one who inserted the iron in the private part of the lady. But 3 years, is that a way to deal with it?
I agree with you.
Such persons should be tried as adult, not as juvenile.
I think I somewhere personally agree with you there as well. And this definitely needs some reflecting in terms of our legal procedures, and there's some systemic gaps that definitely need addressing. So closing in on everything, the most important question, I think also, ma'am, you're such a senior and a prominent person in the legal system. You've done such a great body of work. Your advice matters not only to women, to everybody who enters the profession. Would you like to divide that advice specific to women and to others?
Once you enter the profession, there is no difference between women and men. Of course, women have to not give up the her field. She should stick to it.
Right.
Nobody, if she is intelligent, she is hardworking, she will be recognized.
Right.
And that is the reason you will find the ladies coming to the High Court who have done good job in their own field. For example, Mukta Gupta was a very good in the criminal law. She was a public prosecutor, appointed a High Court judge. Rekha Palli was appointed. Hima Kohli was appointed. They were good in their field. And even Pratibha Singh,
Right.
she is a authority on trademark cases. So far as a profession is concerned, to my mind, there is no difference between a lady and a man, a boy. Once you enter the profession, you have to keep in mind two things. That you should be sincere to your brief and your integrity should be recognized by all. Your reputation is a must.
Reputation is a must.
Reputation, you should maintain your reputation and you must do hard work
Yes.
because it's work which pays.
Absolutely.
Nothing else.
And also, the legal profession works a lot on references. Like, if today I'm doing good work for one client, 10 years later, that person he will probably refer me. Yes. So, people don't understand that.
In our time, the senior would refer the brief to me if I'm working hard. They'll say, all right, a small brief she can handle. And litigant will come, they will bring the cases. But today, the litigants and the clients are very, very intelligent.
Yes.
They watch who is the person who is doing very well in the profession, who is the person who can deliver the goods, who is the person who is sincere to the brief and who is honest, will not mix up with the other side. These three things the man watches and then he gives a brief.
Correct. And it's so easily accessible also with internet and everything. Like, you just know about a person.
You need not.
Yes.
But they go on with the reputation of the person and that he means business. Judge may agree, may not agree, but you have worked very hard. You have given your submission to the best of your ability. So the client is happy.
Yes.
Even if you lose, he doesn't mind.
So, monetary aspects to it is one thing, definitely. But the other aspect to it is delivery and integrity. Of course. Thank you, ma'am. I think those were such wonderful insights and it was so great speaking to you today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.